NVIDIA revealed DLSS 5 yesterday, only to be roasted by everybody for how it seemingly yassifies every video game character it touches. Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to wholeheartedly say, this shit is so ass, Lawrence. I've been laughing at it for a day.
Dude, it's so ass. And finally, we can all get on the same side and point and laugh in the same direction. I'm going to bravely say, you know what? The tech is actually impressive. If only it didn't make every game look like an AI slop nightmare. That's where we're really running into a problem here.
Yeah, absolutely. NVIDIA did the impossible yesterday by uniting the entire internet behind a common cause, viciously dunking on their new rendering technology, DLSS 5.
Apart from holding up the US's GDP, NVIDIA gave us all another gift yesterday. That mostly took the form of a short 70-second clip that was published to NVIDIA's YouTube channel. And this showcases what they call an AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity for games.
The tech, which is supposedly launching later this year, promises to infuse game visuals with photoreal lighting by using an AI model trained on a variety of lighting conditions and materials.
Yeah, NVIDIA promises that, quote, artists can determine where and how enhancements are applied to maintain each game's unique aesthetic.
And yet, the results across multiple games, they all look the same, and they all look like the sloppiest AI slop we've ever seen. And then they all got appropriately roasted far and wide.
Yes, we'll cover all that delicious rotisserie roast right after this.
Inside Games is brought to you by Heroes of History. Heroes of History is a strategic city building and hero collection game featuring famous historical and mythological characters like Einstein, Cleopatra, so many more. You grow your city, power up those legendary heroes, and then battle in real time across solo and multiplayer modes. It's basically a story across time with a bunch of different heroes that you probably know and love, like Tesla and Einstein and Tutankhamun. Heroes of History also does lots of live events, and from March 11th to April 28th, there will be a huge in-game event, Ancient Egypt. Players will step with Cleopatra into the Valley of the Kings to defend the Egyptian timeline. There are some event-limited heroes that you can get, like Tutankhamun and Nefertiti. And once you join that event, you can get Tutankhamun, but that's it. This is the only time to get him. And how else are you going to get a bunch of heroes that are really, really amazing, unless you can pull them from antimatter? All right, here we go. Legendary. What do I get? Come on. 4-star Charlemagne. I'll take it. Oh, baby. We're looking at the 4-star Spartacus. Let's go. So if you want to play Heroes of History, take part in the Ancient Egypt event, and open up a bunch of antimatter heroes, please use our link in the description or scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, and make sure you pick up Tutankhamun before April 28th, because that's the only time you're ever going to get him. And if you use our link in the description or the QR code or the code INGames, you'll get the Anubis Awakening Starter Pack, which is 10 antimatters, 2,000 XP, 20,000 food, and 5x Duat keys. I played this game for hours, and I really am enjoying myself. So if you want to enjoy yourself in Heroes of History, click the link and support Inside Games.
Thank you very much for the support, Heroes of History. All right, last we left the story, NVIDIA unveiled shocking new tech that makes every game look like yassified AI slop.
Despite it's just so good. I picture it in my mind and I laugh at it. It's great. Despite showing multiple games like Capcom's Resident Evil Requiem, Bethesda's Starfield, and Avalanche Software's Hogwarts Legacy, all the characters look eerily enhanced in very similar ways.
Yeah, we got brighter lighting and contrast that all enhance visual features like cheekbones and tends to oversaturate the face in comparison to the background, leading to human faces that we see more on YouTube thumbnails or that come out of Instagram filters rather than video games with supposedly unique aesthetics.
I love that. I just imagine the picture of Giga Chad. It's just, that's all I can think of is just that big jutting chin. The technology's treatment of Grace Ashcroft from Resident Evil Requiem came under particular critique as the new lighting appeared to add glamour contouring to her face and fullness to her lips.
Yes, yeah, we're pursuing some traditional beauty standards, I guess, or at least that's what the AI is converging us to. I mean, she straight up looks like she got lip fillers that actually seem to visibly change the geometry of her face. Then again, I guess that's what good makeup and lighting does.
Sometimes. The comparison is dreadfully similar to the higher fans lol meme, which started in 2021 with Twitter user Apex Alpha J posting their improved rework of Aloy. only to be dunked on for years.
Yeah, I love that. I love that meme. I love people dunking on that meme. I love every iteration of it. And here we are with NVIDIA, the world's biggest company, tripping directly into that puddle. Fittingly, the memes. Oh, the memes. They came hard and fast, and they are powerful.
We should just show a couple of them here because they're the best. I mean, I don't know what you guys are seeing right now, but holy, I could laugh at these. To me, these are like cyberpunk glitches. Like I would like scroll through cyberpunk glitches if I needed an uplift on a bad day. And this is what that is.
Well, hey, let's get in on the action a little bit. I mean, we have a lot of memes. We've harvested as many as we can, but why don't we activate DLSS 5 on our show? Hey, Shooklin, flip that switch. Let's get pretty.
Oh man, NVIDIA attempted to address concerns in a pinned YouTube comment, writing that, quote, game developers have full detailed artistic control over DLSS 5's effects to ensure they maintain their game's unique aesthetic.
They also insist it's not just a video filter, reiterating that DLSS 5 inputs the game color and motion vectors for each frame into the model, anchoring the output in the source 3D content.
Bethesda Game Studios also tried to shift the narrative in a reply to Digital Foundry on X, writing that, quote, our art teams will be further adjusting the lighting and final effect to look the way we think works best for each game. This will all be under our artists' control and totally optional for players.
Still, folks are understandably unconvinced, mostly because we have yet to see any evidence that that is the case.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks dogpiled Digital Foundry for speaking enthusiastically about the technology based off their time with it at GTC 2026. NVIDIA's AI conference currently underway in San Jose.
Yeah, it also seems like the moderators of the NVIDIA subreddit are working overtime, trying to clean up any, I guess, out of bounds roasting, but gosh, you can go as hard as you want on this one, I think. As long as you keep it impersonal. Don't go after people, but man, roast the hell out of these images. I love it.
That's right. NVIDIA is the largest company in the world. They can take it on the chin here. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They have not announced the specifics of DLSS 5 yet, such as a specific release date or even what cards will support it.
Yeah, all they said is fall 2026, this year. Though Digital Foundry reported that the demo they saw was running on a system with 2 GTX 5090 cards. One was running the game and the other was running the AI lighting model. NVIDIA intends to ship this feature to run on a single card though, and generally that's what they do. With DLSS 4, that would only run on the 5 series, on the like 5080 to the 5090. And it's good. I mean, like, I really like NVIDIA. I've been using NVIDIA for years. I enjoy their tech. But this is a nightmare all the way around. Yes, there's so much about this that is so easy to hate. And I think the most obvious one is that NVIDIA should have waited until they had a more artistically evocative way to show this. They tried to reiterate as many times in words that the creators have all the control. This will not lead to a convergence of visual style, that true artists will be able to harness this and keep games' aesthetics unique. But that's the opposite of what we saw, and that's the opposite of what we have seen from AI video. It all has a uniform look to it, and people like laughing at it because I guess it was on that side of the uncanny valley. But I feel like we're starting to trip over onto the other side. And I don't know, it's just in general, I think tech companies have been trying to push AI into every corner of our lives to desperately justify all the investment that they've harvested to make it. But no customers were asking for it. No customers are still asking for it. And here we have the grandest showcase of the world's biggest company, supposedly the next step in AI graphics, and it looks like a sloppy TikTok video. And I don't think anybody that's played games for the last 20 years wants their games to look like that. And the implication that we might, or pay extra money for it, it's just the worst, man. It's get out of here, get out.
You're right. This is one of my favorite things to see is the billionaire class constantly telling us that AI is the future and all this sort of bullshit. And I'm tired of hearing, by the way. And I think most of us are. And it's actually starting to make me angry now. Before I used to just sort of like dismiss it, be like whatever. And now they're like literally forcing it, like Copilot and Microslop. And now we've got NVIDIA with DLSS 5, and they're forcing it. And it's this clear separation between billionaires and us, which is like all these billionaires being like, guys, it's going to be great. AI is going to run your life. You won't have to do anything, which is, by the way, code for you won't have a fucking job. And it'll make us another $1 trillion. And all of us are like, not only do we not want this, but it looks like fucking shit. Like, no one asked for this. And the best definition of this AI technology. What's funny about this is that NVIDIA was like, no, guys, you can turn it off. Like, that's the worst possible endorsement for a brand new technology. It's like, guys, don't worry, it's optional.
Yeah, it reminds me of another visual technology that I remember NVIDIA 1 million years ago with, I think, the Voodoo 3 was trying to introduce this newfangled thing called motion blur. Because that's what video had. And in video, at least, in film, it's a way to create the illusion that there's more video than 24 frames a second is actually giving you. So back in the day, back in the late 90s, NVIDIA very wisely was like, well, if games are running at a low frame rate, we'll just blur the frames and then it'll look like a movie. It looked like ass then. People still don't like it now because I think people want video games to not look like film, in addition to just all the other issues with motion blur. So I feel like there might be something similar here. I think the way the DLSS 5 applies to non-human characters is pretty cool looking. It does look like a tech demo. It looks like pre-rendered video. It looks like something out of a Disney animated film from maybe 5 years ago. And the fact that that's running in real time and was proven to be real time by Digital Foundry, that's exciting. But yes, the flattening that it did of the human faces, that's not exciting at all. And I think it touches on, like I said, there's a deeper concern, I think, that AI will lead to this scrubbing of artistry, that a lot of people are already resentful of the idea that AI can generate art and will do it in surrogate of humans that are the actual art generators and can feel. So the fact that we're seeing this applied to the human form in video games, that maybe characters are starting to look more photoreal, but only under the caveat that it's converging on this Instagram idea of what beauty is. This like lighting right. It's like everyone has a ring light in front of them. It almost reminds me of like whenever you would talk to somebody in Cyberpunk, you could see the lighting on their face change because you were staring directly at them and it was meant to look more cinematographic, movie-like, whatever that word is. But that was a specific application in a specific scenario with a specific camera placement. It's so weird to see that exact same lighting applied to everyone's face while you're looking around in 3D. It makes it seem like you're in a bizarro world where everyone else is a TikToker.
Well, that's the thing that I saw, rightfully so, was thrown around all over these comments, was that AI doesn't make art. AI just combines all of our art, human art, and then sort of like, makes it mediocre. It just sort of makes it the average. And it's like, well, this is about what I guess everyone was trying to make with the literally billions of images that humans have made. And then it's just an Instagram filter, right? So that's not art. That isn't art. It's just they've averaged out a bunch of other art to make nothing. And it's really sad. This is a really sad thing that I like, something that I feel like I discovered this innately a long time ago with AI, is that it's not making art. It's just taking our art. And the worst part about that, it's not AI that's taking our art. It's that these companies, these people are taking our art and then averaging them out. So I shouldn't say AI is taking it. I should say the people that run these companies are taking it and then making it look like shit. So I then put those companies at fault. Like I'm then going to fault NVIDIA for this sort of thing. I love NVIDIA's tech for lots of different ways to get more frames in video games and like that sort of thing. That's so cool. I love it because it makes it easier to play the game, and more people could play higher quality games with a worse video card. That's so cool. That's awesome. Just get this shit out of the art. Please stay away from any of that.
Yeah, you kind of touched on a different annoyance that's kind of under all of this. On top of people being able to turn it off and that being like the thing that's supposed to make people okay with it. Is this the reward for NVIDIA spending all their money on AI data centers so you can't even afford their newer card? Like there's something extra bitter about that they're cutting back on their video card production. This is probably only going to roll out for the higher end 5,000 line cards and maybe future cards. So they're showing this tech that looks like ass, and it's on a card that they also have contributed to the incredible marking up of. So what the hell are we doing here? Is this the future of games? This also kind of bites off another question about artistic intent that has been rattling around in my brain. I remember the comments that Xbox made about backwards compatibility a few days ago are echoing in my mind right now about playing old games in a new way. At the time, I think they in context, we're talking about auto HDR and some other like frame rate boost and resolution boost. But what happens when an AI neural engine can just completely reinterpret the visual and even audio output of a game so that based on how a service profiles you based on your age and your fucking Amazon shopping history, the game that it gives to you will look entirely different, just curated around whatever it assumes that your fantasy is. And then games become less about artistic impression or artistic expression and more about engagement. Like we have no concept for this story in this world. We just know that if we make this character look this way for this player, they'll spend more time playing. And I don't want that future. I already see that everywhere else, especially in social media, where it's like it's designed for engagement, and sometimes that means antagonism versus enrichment. And there's no way to measure that, but I don't necessarily know that endless scroll was a net positive for the human experience, aside from adding one more annoyance that we have to train ourselves out of. So yeah, I'm worried about a future where games have very little intent, and they're just these fluffy entertainment products that wrap themselves around your worldview and whatever the AI decides your experience should be.
This is a great point, Lawrence. This is a really fantastic way to describe this, because you're exactly right. And what Lawrence didn't say, he didn't follow all the way through, and the reason I know you didn't, because you were being nice, which is it always translates to more money. They make more money. Yeah. It's the reason they want you to play their game more money. It's always the same. So that's what I mean. That's what we have to be really worried about. That's why I'm really glad the internet pushed back on this immediately, right away, is because this, I feel like we all know the end result. The end result is NVIDIA, Microsoft, etc. They all make more money. And then we all lose jobs because we're all sucked into what Lawrence talked about, which was like the Amazon ads, video games that we're sitting there staring at because they know we like this one type of ad or this one type of product. Like, that's a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare. And it's terrible for the human experience. So a really, really amazing way to put it, Lawrence, because that's the thing that I start thinking about is that, well, they're just out there trying to make more money. Fuck them. No way, dude. Like this, then, like I said, now I'm starting to be angry. Now this is starting for me to like look around and find AI and get rid of it. Like, I don't use AI in my life at all. But if there's anything that ever even sprinkles it in, I'm like, get that fucking shit out of here.
Yeah, it's almost with intent now. I want to turn it off. I want to screen it out. I want AI company. I want the bubble to pop. And I'd like to think that, yeah, a bunch of executives will lose a golden parachute in that, but they won't. So, kind of relating back to artistic intent, I caught at the end of the Digital Foundry video that they had said that NVIDIA had said, so this is third-party hearsay, but apparently Todd Howard completely signed off on this. This is how he wanted Starfield to look, which doesn't surprise me really, given that I think Bethesda's games have always kind of aspired to photoreal or creating some kind of like real simulation. I think there's a grand irony here that Starfield is pretty bland, I guess is the word I would use, unambitious. So it's equally unsurprising that the blandest Instagram filter, I'm going to use the word, fuck it, to just slather over all the characters, to replace the lighting that Bethesda couldn't even figure out how to do themselves. Like, of course, that's totally in line. I think, kind of like motion blur, so there's a world where this garbage tech does help a game, but I think it'll only help it be campy, be so bad it's good. I tend to think about like motion smoothing, and on TVs we typically don't like it, but if you turn on motion smoothing for like a dog shit CG animated garbage movie from the early aughts like Van Helsing, oh my god, it takes it to the next level. That's actually an enjoyable viewing experience. So I actually would want to play Starfield with this on because it would make the game like even creepier, but I think that would add some interest and fun. So I think there's a window where this can be used properly, and I think honestly with an artist's touch, maybe we can see some evidence that it doesn't just put Instagram lighting on everyone. But I think there's a world where this technique and this tool can accidentally result in some very fun video games.
You're giving them a lot of credit, Lawrence. That's very nice of you to do, to make it that they want to make a campy game. That Todd Howard was like, I want it to look...
Well, I don't think they want to make it.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah,
that's just how I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, that's what I mean, and good for you. That's actually a really cool idea. Is that I'm sure we'll probably get a few video games here where they're just going to apply those AI filters over and over and over, and eventually everybody's just Giga Chad, right? So that's what you're aiming for in Starfield, and that's a great idea. So if you ever want to watch that on Lawrence's stream, go right ahead. I bet it'd be really funny.
Yeah, I didn't pay $20,000 for a video card for nothing. Jeez. I can't wait to flip that DLSS 5 switch and have all the streetlights dim on my street.
Oh man, thank you very much for watching Inside Games today. We're just happy there are still good-looking games out there. Just some games with artistic intent is really all we need. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you really like this video, we have a Patreon too. We post everything there for free, all the videos, plus lots of free memes. Hopefully Lawrence will find a DLSS 5 meme to throw up there. Man, we got a bunch of them to post over there. And then there are a few folks on that Patreon that kick us a few bucks despite getting it all for free. So we're going to shout them out right now. So thank you very much, Dreamweaver and Jorge the Beer Villain, for supporting us, even when we've all got to save up like $10,000 for the next 59 or whatever, 60, 80, whatever card comes out that it's gonna bankrupt us all.
We need it. We need it for that Starfield expansion. Yeah. You can fly through space now. Whoa.